Okay, it's Mimi Lee here, and I'm about to show y'all how I got this look. Love it, yes. And I seen a lot of people doing this bob look, so I thought I might give it a try. Stay tuned. So as you can see here, I'm using the Shea butter, raw Shea butter in my hair, and I just put some grapeseed oil in this bottle with some water since it was empty, and I add that onto my hair before applying the Shea butter. I like the Shea butter better and I'm not retwisting my hair. I had already interlocked it, so it's still interlocked up into the root. So it's not much of retwisting that I can do. However, I'm just smoothing my strands over my lock, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to make sure that everything looks smooth. And I'm not doing it so much on the bottom because they're older at the bottom and it's a little harder to get it smoothed out, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing here, I'm just putting the moisture of the raw shea butter on my hair, and I'm moisturizing it and I'm smoothing it out, and then I'm locking it at the end. So as you see further in my video, I'm probably going to explain to you guys how I lock it at the end with further details, but I really just take the end and I tie it in a knot, and I put the extra part of the lock, cover it over the lock and tie it with the rubber band. So basically that's all I do, but I'll explain it in more detail later on to the video, so that way you won't be confused, because I do show like what you don't want to do and what you want to do. So just stay tuned. Thank you for visiting my channel, and get into this look. I tried my best not to have the raw shea butter showing. I try my best to smooth it out. However, the blow dryer is going to melt the raw shea butter deeper into my hair. So no worries. I see that it's hard for me to get that residue out. That's not something that you're going to have to worry about. If you blow dry your hair, it's going to have it melt. Or if you go in the sun, it's going to melt through your hair. Also, I couldn't help but to notice that a lot of people two-strand twist their locks whenever they're doing this style. I have thicker locks, so I didn't find it necessary. However, I have seen someone who had thicker locks. I'm not sure if it was just as thick as mine, but I've seen a couple of people who have two-strand twist their thicker locks. I didn't find it necessary because my locks are really thick and it just would be so difficult for me to two-strand twist them. But if you feel that two-strand twist works better for you, so that way it wouldn't be so much of a density on top since you're shortening it and making it into a bob, I would definitely two-strand twist it if that makes it easier on you. So as I already said before, I do go over it with the blow dryer. It helps melt the raw shea butter. It gives that clean look, that fresh look, just to keep the process going. And to make it go faster, I do the blow dryer and not the air dry. So this is one of the first locks that I experienced of having to relock it at the bottom or tie it in a knot again at the bottom because the knot was too small the first time I tied it because my ends are so thin. So when my ends are thin, the knot becomes small and I have to go up higher on the lock where the thicker portion is to be able to tie it in a knot successfully. So this is what I'm showing you guys here. If you experience that, just go up higher on the thicker part of your lock so that way it can lock properly. So I'm halfway there, guys, and I thought it would just be cool for me to show you a quick little style that I thought it would be cute in case you don't want to do the bob all the way on your hair with the knots and you just want it, you're halfway there, you just want to style it halfway up and halfway down, I thought this style would be really cute. Just two knots, two space buns on the top, and yeah, there you go. Yes, girl. Yes, yes. It's giving me Liddy. It's giving me fresh space buns. Hey. Okay, so I'm back to the style. I'm going to finish doing my knots at the end so I can go ahead and complete this look for you guys. I was just trying to figure something else out. I don't think that'll work, but yes, just trying to figure it out. But yeah, I'm getting back to work. And now that I'm finally in the front, you guys can now see how I'm doing it in the front with more detail. The next clip, I'm about to get into more information about how I'm tying it in a knot. And it's really simple. All I'm doing is just taking the end, slip it through, and making it a knot. But you guys can see clearly exactly what I'm doing, and I'm gonna go over it again of what not to do. So here it is, day 2 of me doing another clip. Y'all, I was tired. I was really tired, and I just had to do it again another day, or finish it the other day. So here we go. I'm just finishing up, and this is where in the video I'm going to start getting more into detail about what to do and what not to do, because I noticed the mistakes were going to happen for me. So I just want to show you guys how not to run into those mistakes. So this is where I started putting edge control on my edges. I think I went back and put edge control on some of my edges afterwards, but just to smooth it in even more, I just put some edge control on the ones that had thicker edges. So here you would notice that I had to try tying the knot again. It's not very clear right now, but what's happening is that the knots are becoming a little smaller and thinner at the ends as I continue on to the front because my ends are thinner. So I had to untie that knot and redo it on the thicker part of my lock. So I had to reach a little bit higher on my lock and then tie the knot at that point and then put the rubber bands down. So again, here are one of the examples here where I tied the knot too thin and then I had to untie it and redo it on the thicker side of my lock. So I had to tie the knot up a little further closer to the root of my hair where the locks are thicker, and there you go, and tie it. And then I had to wrap the rubber band around the ends. So as I get closer to the front, it gets shorter because my ends are thinner and I keep having to do this. And I'll go over it again with you up close and personal so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Where my ends are thinner, and so I have to climb up a little further on the lock to get to a thicker place to tie the knot at. See there, that's exactly what I'm talking about, as two small knots. So I had to untie it again to make sure that it gets tied in a knot on a thicker side of the lock. Okay, you guys, so I officially finished it and now I'm about to tie it up. And now that after I finished tying it up, I am taking it down. I blow dried it, I tied it up, and now I'm taking it down. So these are the finished results, and I'm also going to put the mousse on my hair by the Main Choice that I love. Again, it is full of oils. There's no other chemicals in it. It's just full of oils. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to just put that mousse on there and just have it laid down and get it that slick look. Or hopefully it made that look. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my video, and here are the results.